Hello friends, AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink, back with another STAMPtember exclusive collaboration. Today's collab is with La La Land Crafts, and it is this fabulous holiday stamp set. That's what it's called. It's Fabulous Holiday. And I love it. It's the most ridiculous stamp set. I don't know. I would love to know where they got the idea to do ostriches. A Christmas ostrich stamp set. Never even, like, I've had it, for a little bit. And I was just like, okay. And then I started creating with it and I was like, I love this set. It's so ridiculous. I just had fun creating with it. I was only going to do one card, but I couldn't pick, which ostrich to use. And I loved the sentiments in the set. So I was like, I'm going to use them both. So why not? So that's what I did. I inked them up with Simon's Intense Black ink and stamped them onto smooth white cardstock, and then used my Copic markers to color these in. Now, ostriches, we say that 3 times fast. Not something I normally craft with, or really think of. So when it comes to a lot of critter style images, in fact, a lot of different images, when I am coloring for cards and whatnot, I Google, and if it's critters, a lot of times I will just add the word cartoon. So with this, I just did cartoon ostrich, and then I just look at the images and it just gives me an idea, of different color combos and, things like that. So that's what I did. And like I said, I do that quite often. It gives a good idea. And sometimes too, especially with like different florals or different critters, like all different things, a lot of times I'll get some really neat ideas because, you'll see an image and it'll be a color combo you didn't think of, or, just things like that. So I kept the coloring simple. I just did, kind of a peachy sort of combo for their necks and legs. I don't know. It's so silly. These are so silly and I love it. It's so random. So I did that for their, faces and necks and legs. And then I did dark, warm grays for like their main kind of body and wings. And then the beaks were, of course, just same old, same old. Added a little blush to their cheeks because, of course. And then for everything else, like their little outfits, gifts, everything, I did kind of a lot of my just go-to combos, like my go-to red combo. I kept everything pretty bright and colorful since I'm actually going to use more of my pattern paper. I know. And especially I'm using some more of my Doodlebug pattern paper. Like, I hoard Doodlebug, like, oof. Anyway, yeah, that's what inspired the colors. So I just colored all of this in very simple little blends, nothing too fancy, nothing too, yeah, they're just cute little images. They kind of speak for themselves. I think that's also why I liked them. Sometimes it's hard to get out of my own head when it comes to more realistic style images, if you know what I mean, or ones that seem like they might be too difficult. I tend to overthink everything, really. That's, I think, one of the reasons why I actually like STAMPtember so much, is it forces me to not overthink, because I am, creating and editing and posting videos more than ever. So anywho, once I was done with all my coloring, I'm going to take my white gel pen, add a few little patterns here and there, add random little dots and highlights. Again, no specific light source, anything. It's just wherever things are going to look cute, add a few dots here, add a little line here. That's it. So after I did that, I cut them out, and then I took one of my more solid colors of pattern paper and I stamped a couple of the sentiments onto it with Nocturne ink. This doesn't need to be heat embossed. The only reason I'm heat embossing this is because it's just guaranteed that I'm going to smear it. So heat embossing it just saves me grief. So I absolutely loved the big sentiment. It says, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. The minute I read that, I was like, yep, I love this set. It's a quote from one of my favorite movies. I might be a grouchy, cynical person in real life. I don't know. If any of y'all knew me, I am. However, when it comes to like Christmas time and Christmas movies and Christmas music, I am all in. And I have watched Elf. I don't even know. I can probably quote that entire movie in my sleep. It's one of my absolute favorite movies. It's so silly and I love it. So that quote just got me because I was like, yep. So after I had heat embossed those sentiments, I die cut them with circle wafer dies. On the insides of my cards, I stamped these ostriches with Simon's Surf Positively Saturated ink. And then I stamped the other sentiments because there's 4 altogether in the set. So which worked out perfectly. 1 for the outside of each card, 1 for the inside of each card. So I stamped the sentiments with Simon's Cherry Positively Saturated ink. So the one with the gifts, it says have a fabulous holiday season, which is also something I think I would say to everyone. And then the other one was the fa la 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 la, which was, again, just perfect. It's like chef's kiss. So for my card fronts, I'm using more pattern paper. This set, this is like a couple years ago now. I have been hoarding this stuff forever. This is from Doodlebug's Night Before Christmas, and I don't think it's available anymore. I'll link to I think last year's set, which is similar, really. Like a lot of Doodlebug's like Christmas, like their holiday sets are somewhat similar, but does that stop me from buying that? No. So I'll link to the other one, and I can't wait to see what they come out with this year. They haven't revealed it yet. So I cut down some of the pattern papers and I adhered them to a white card front that I trimmed down to smaller than my A2 card base. And then I have my little sentiment that I die cut with a circle. And then I wrapped around some red and white baker's twine and tied that in a bow. And then I popped my little ostriches into place with some foam squares. So I got a little bit of dimension going on. And my card bases are A2 size cards, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I coated the back of the card front panel with Simon's Big Mama foam tape. So I got a little bit of dimension going there. Plus it makes it easier to adhere when there's things like baker's twine. And then as a final little embellishment, I have these Studio Katia puffy stars. Super cute. And there's like a rainbow of colors in there. So I just picked out colors that kind of went with the pattern paper. And then once I was happy with that, I'm going to adhere those into place with dabs of Craft Tacky glue. And then I'm actually going to pair these cards with some of Simon's metallic cotton candy envelopes. And that's going to finish them off. So I think I got distracted at the beginning of the video because I was going on and on about this funny set. This is a limited edition set, so it is one and done. When it sells out, it is not restocked. I will have a link to the stamp set along with all the other supplies I used in the description box below the video, so you can check that out below if you were interested. And then I'll of course have a link to my blog post, and in my blog post I have like picture links to everything. It's all there to navigate, so you can check that out below if any of you are interested. And like I always say, I very much appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. Please thumbs up and comment if you have the time. It does genuinely help. Tell the robot overlords and the algorithms and all the computers that run the simulation that you guys like what you see, and hopefully pushes it out a little bit more. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Bye.